Hi, this is Ashio, and welcome back to Angels with Scaly Wings. This dragon here still owes me ice cream. There's a couple more things I want to check out. I think there's like one more main route, and then we can try and figure out some of the secret stuff that's hidden in this. I don't know how long it's going to take me, but we'll see how we get on. Let's take a look. So Remy boy is calling me fat, so that's fine. But we need to choose who we want to go with. So we can say, no, don't come. Emily and Adeen. And we haven't done the everyone route, so we'll try everyone now. Why don't we bring everyone? Everyone. Yeah, you, Emily, Vara, Adeen, and I. After everything that's happened, we could all use a bit of ice cream. Sounds like a great idea. I can't remember the last time I had an outing with this many people. We may have to wait a bit though. Adeen's busy delivering food. Good point. What do we do in the meantime? Well, we could make ourselves useful at the orphanage until she's done. She usually comes to check on the orphanage as soon as she's finished, and it'll be a nice surprise for her to find the place spotless. I mean, sure, we'll do this. I'd love to help out if I could. Great, let's go. Vara and Amelie are already there, so they can keep us company as well. Okay, Vara is around this time as well. It's a bit far, isn't it? The doctor said I shouldn't be walking too much. Well, ride me. Alright. Maybe not in public. No, not like that. Damn. Okay, let's go. I'll make like a pile of books and hop on then. Okay, so Remy's going to give us a ride. We're going to go off to the orphanage. So we've seen this before, but it's weird. But we're going to take a walk on Remy's back to the orphanage. So you've seen this before. Either you could watch it again, or we could stay some time and skip to the end of the scene. Let's skip ahead. But all the kids are here. Well, here we are. Amelie, Vara, are you two here? Hey. Do you know where Vara is? She's coming. There she is. Hey, hello. She's been talking much more since you last saw her. Good to hear. It's dark though? Yeah, I could see that. I wonder who turned the lights off. Usually we leave them on for you. Wait, is the orphanage just a classroom? Sadly, this is the most of the space that the orphans get. They play, learn and study and eat in here or outside for most of the day. Where do they sleep? We got some small bedrooms for them down the hall. At the moment, the council has it completely closed off. Is that for any particular reason? Not exactly. They probably don't want random strangers just waltzing in and taking the children's beds. Makes sense. So, what are we doing here today? Let's take a look. Okay, Vara stayed by my side as the two dragons went to the light switch. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Light's not working. No. I think I know something that we're going to have to do. Fix the lights. How'd you guess? I'm not sure. Maybe I'm psychic. Well, if you're psychic, do you know what else is wrong here? I think my powers only work once a day. Okay, from what I can remember, the desk in the middle of the room is very broken. Also, there's graffiti on the walls and all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to assume that you watched the last video where we went through with this. Vara managed to melt one of the legs of the desks. Why'd you do that? It was cool. Oh, I didn't mean to. Don't feel bad, Vara. You're still learning and nobody got hurt. So Vara destroyed the desk. Okay, we should try to go through the hatching's art and the paperwork left around as well. And finally, just clean up the place a bit. These walls have seen one too many crayons in their time. So Amelie's going to go with Remy, and Vara's going to stay with me while I do the repairs. I'm going to assume you did see the last video where we did all these repairs, so unless something major happens that's different, we're going to skip through. Vara's gonna go make a surprise. What's she gonna do? Okay, I'm in the middle of fixing stuff. I just organised some of the books. A surprise? Yeah. Well, go ahead. Okay, Vara's gonna go and do her own thing. I guess you lost your little helper for a while. I'll make do. She was just kind of like lounging around, not really interested in what I'm doing. But, okay, I guess Vara's gonna help us do something. So, I should probably replace the light bulbs while Remy is here. Vara's back. She walked into the room, balancing a large helping of cheese, crackers and jam on her head. Oh, can I help you with that? I lifted the plate off her head and set it on a nearby desk. Looks delicious, Vara. For all of us. She took a knife off the plate and used it to cut a small chunk of cheese and place it on the cracker. Oh my goodness, the little dragon has a knife again. She then took a small spoonful of the jam and rested it on the cheese. She put the whole cracker in her mouth and bit down. Yum. You can have two. I think I'll take you up on that offer, Vara. Remy repeated the process, but this time with extra cheese. This is exactly what I needed, Vara. I didn't even notice how hungry I was. Hungry too? Okay, everyone's stopping for snacks. Alright, Vara made another cracker and handed it to Emily. Good, good, good. You want some too? Maybe I will. What do I try and do? Give me some snacks, please. I made myself a cracker and put it into my mouth. It was amazing. I didn't realise just how hungry I was. Wow, Vara, this is wonderful. Thanks. Okay, more snacks. More snacks. It still tasted great, and my stomach was feeling less empty. Okay, no, keep doing some work. Keep doing some work. Okay, I'm just fixing the desk. Vara wants to go. Sure, why not? I handed the can of DWD-40 to Vara. She awkwardly positioned the can in her claws and gave a small spot on the desk a very healthy coating of the spray. I fixed it. I sat back down at the desk Remy said was broken. The desk rocked so violently I almost fell off. Like Remy said, one of the legs had been partially dissolved. Don't worry about it, Vara. I'm fine. Okay, we gotta fix that leg. Vara, do you see a new leg anywhere in that pile of parts? Yeah. I'll take that then. She grabbed a long metal desk leg from the pile and returned it to me. Here, thank you. I quickly replaced the melted desk leg with a new one. Vara, why don't you try the desk out now? Vara sat at the desk Remy said was broken. It seemed perfectly fine now. It no longer made hideous squeaking noises and didn't rock when she moved around. Okay, all good. I am aware that if you want to unlock some of the secret stuff, you have to get a perfect run on this, which I haven't quite worked out yet. Also, if you eat lots and lots and lots of Vara's snacks, something else happens as well. But I think I'm going to save that for after this run. It'll be something to focus on next time. Going through their artwork, some of the art is quite impressive. Wait, what's this? A drawing of Remy by Emily? I should keep this one. Finishing up, I noticed that Vara's folder was completely empty. Where's your art, Vara? Drawing's boring, so I cook. I stood back and took a look at the work. The papers on the top of the desk were completely organised. Okay, so Vara doesn't draw. She's not a creative type. Oh, Remy, look what I found. I showed him Emily's drawing. Emily must have seen it as well. Give Remy a gift for me, Emily. Thank you. Remy took the drawing and looked at it for a long time before slipping it under his wing. Wow, this looks really good. Thanks. Okay, he got the drawing, so that's nice. And what else have we got? We just got some cleaning to finish up. So just clean the whiteboard and I think we are then done. Looks wonderful. How long do you think it will stay like this? Give it a week. It'll be destroyed again by then. I took one last look around the room. It looks like we'd finished just about everything we could. I think we're finished. High five, guys. High five? You don't know what a high five is? I can't say I do. Well, in simple terms, we hit our palms or claws together to make a slapping noise. Put your claw out. I'll show you. Remy outstretched his claw, and I gave it a clean hit with my palm. Interesting. Why do people high five? It's a little congratulatory celebration for good collaboration. And why is it a high five? Well, it's named after the fact that humans have 5 fingers, but since dragon species have varying amounts of digits, we might need to consider renaming it. Let's see. Can I try? Sure, Emily. I stretched out my arm, and the little dragon gave it a nice slap with her claw. Nice. Yeah. Me? I reached out to Vara with an outstretched palm. She tentatively gave my hand a light hit. You can do it harder, Vara. It doesn't hurt me, I promise. Okay. Vara tried again with more force, generating a nice slap. Wow, that was a great high five. Thanks. Remy glanced at the room. Did a good job. We got high fives and all sorts. Place hasn't looked this good in years. Definitely worth a couple of high fives. We really need to think about changing the name of that though. Couldn't have done it without you or our two little helpers. Yeah, we helped. Vara gave an embarrassed smile. Well, it looks like we still have a bit of time to kill. Is there anything else you'd like to do? That was exhausting. I think I'm too tired to do anything else. I forgot that you're not as strong as you usually are. How about you three take a nap together? The hatchlings look like they could use some sleep as well. No, not tired. Emily then let out a huge yawn. In response, Vara herself also yawned. Maybe. Fine. Where do we sleep? On the floor? Sleep on me if you like. Oh wow, my very own full-size dragon pillow equipped with a built-in heater. I'm the latest model, dude. I carefully propped myself up against Remy's side. I could feel his body rising and falling with each breath. Emily then crawled up next to me and laid her head on my shoulder. Good night. In an instant, the little dragon was fast asleep. Wow, wish I could do that. So do I. Vara walked up next to me. She snuggled up with us, using Remy as a side rest and my open hand as a pillow. I didn't know my dragon pillow came with dragon plushies as well. I see you bought the deluxe bundle. It was a limited time offer. Well, I'm sure glad I did. Go ahead and sleep. I'll wake you up before Adeen gets here. Thanks, Remy. Okay, we're going to take a quick nap. I closed my eyes and snuggled closer. I wrapped one of my arms around Emily and softly rubbed Vara's head. Remy's soft breathing quickly lulled me to sleep. Relaxing sleep's gonna be good. I was awoken when my dragon pillow suddenly started to move. Hey, pillows aren't supposed to move? Would you rather miss out on ice cream? Well, guess not. I woke you up just before Adeen's shift ends. She should be here any minute now. Yeah, here she comes. I wonder who that could be. There she is. Adeen, yo yo yo. The little dragon ran up to Adeen and gave her a big hug. Hey Emily, you're acting like I just came back from a long trip when I saw you just this morning. I miss you. Anyways, hey guys, what are you doing here? I was looking for you. Well, I guess you found me, or rather, I found you. Wait a minute. Yeah, look at what we did. What did you guys do? The orphanage looks amazing. Well, we wanted to surprise you by cleaning the place up a bit. This isn't real. My eyes are deceiving me. You don't believe it? Are you kidding me? The place hasn't looked this good in years. How did you two manage to do all of this so quick? Hey, we helped. Yeah. I'm sorry, how did all four of you manage to do this so quick? Teamwork. Emily and I gathered supplies, while Ushia and Vara did all the handiwork. You don't understand how grateful I am that you did this. Adeen walked up and gave me a big hug. With wings as arms, I was engulfed completely. She then walked over to Remy and repeated the process. Me too. And me, that's it, everybody gets hugs. Adeen got down on her knees and completely hid the two little dragons within her wings. Now, I know the real reason you came here wasn't just to clean up the place. Okay, you got us. What's your real motive? Hey, we wanted to surprise you by cleaning up the place as well. I'm just messing with you. We come to offer you the deal of a lifetime. Free ice cream from the world-renowned Katsuharu. I can't say I expected that. I've never heard of that dragon giving anyone free ice cream. You must have done something quite spectacular to get a deal like that. Just a bit of business advice. I told him to move his stand down to Tatsu Park. That's it. Does there need to be more? Guess not. Count me in. That's great. This is going to be fun. 2 dragons, a human with a big appetite, and 2 little hatchlings with unlimited access to delicious ice cream. I sure hope Katsuharu has enough stock. We couldn't possibly eat that much ice cream, could we? Coming from someone who had 3 scoops in one sitting, it definitely is possible. So, Emily and Vara, are you 2 excited to have your first ever scoop of ice cream? Ice cream. Ice cream? Well, Emily, ice cream's kinda like, I didn't think it'd be so difficult to describe something as simple as ice cream. Soft frozen dessert? Yeah, Vara described it perfectly. Vara gave us a proud expression. I read about it in a book. Have you tried it before? No. Well, I'm sure you're gonna love it. Okay. Emily still didn't look completely sold on the idea of ice cream. Sugar? Yeah, lots of sugar. That's it, that brings her around. Wait a minute. How are we gonna get over there? I can fly Emily over, but how are Ushia and Vara gonna make it there in a reasonable amount of time? They can ride on my back. What are you, a dragon shuttle? I charge my clients with ice cream. That's a coincidence. Quite the coincidence indeed. Okay, Emily, let's go. Sugar, sugar, sugar. Or she goes zoomy. Or wait for me, I'm the one with the wings. Okay, they've gone. After a moment, Adeen caught up with Emily, clutching the little hatchling in her claws, and she took off and soared into the air. Oh, you ready? Yep. Sure am. Remy lowered his body. Making sure not to mess up his tyre, I carefully hopped onto its back, and he folded his wings back to give me as much room as possible. Vara sat on her hind legs and stretched her arms toward me. I lifted her up and placed her in front of me on Remy's back. How is it? It's fun. I'm seriously considering getting that saddle. Okay, we're going to walk on over to the park. We got the full crew with us. Ice cream, ice cream. Would you mind locking the door and hiding the key, please? Sure. Not wanting to repeat the process of getting onto Romy, I grabbed the key and stretched my arm toward the door. Even with Vara in front of me, I managed to slip the key in and lock the door. How do I get the key back under the pod? Like this. Remy walked over to the pot and tilted it up with his muzzle. I put the key back, and he carefully rested the pot back into its upright position. Perfect. Let's go. Remy walked forward and quickly picked up speed. I sat back and gazed up at the sky, gently holding on to Vara to keep her secure on Remy's back. It seemed as if it took mere minutes to arrive back at Daxu Park. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be our final stop. Please make sure to grab all of your belongings and safely exit the vehicle. Very funny, Rem. Thanks, I can tell that you sincerely mean it. I gracefully slid off Remy's back. I then grabbed Vara and gently rested her on the ground. That's it, the whole squad is here. That was fun. I should ride you around more often. Wow, I didn't know you wanted to ride me so bad. And my face turned bright red. You look like a tomato. I'll get you back for this, Remy. I'm sure you will. I spotted Adeen and Emily walking over to us. Took you 3 long enough to get here? I don't suppose you had to make any other stops or pick up any more passengers on your way over here, did you? No, we just had to lock up the orphanage on our way out. So, you said Katsuhara relocated here. Any idea where he is? He didn't give me an exact location. Make a banana phone joke, or, yeah, there's a long line of dragons over there. Yeah, he's probably at the front of the line of dragons over there. What else would they be lining up for? I don't think anyone would want to wait in the line that long if anything but ice cream was at the other end. Okay, we're going to join the queue this time. We made our way to the end of the line of dragons I seen earlier. I cut the queue last time. This time will be good. Wow, quite the line. I think my advice paid off for him after all. Seems so. Okay, we're going to wait in line with everybody else. I think that Katsuharu would be okay letting his special customer cut in. No, we're going to be polite. It would be rude to skip everyone. I'd have to agree with you. All of these people have been waiting for a long time to get their ice cream, and I'm sure it would make them unhappy if we just skipped ahead. I'm not sure about that. If Katsuharu was willing to give you free ice cream, I'm sure he'd be more than willing to let you skip the line as well. It's not that. I just don't want to attract too much attention to ourselves. I mean, I guess. Looks like the line is about an hour long though. For a few minutes, Remy, Adeen and I engaged in light-hearted chatter, discussing the events that had gone on while I was in my coma. However, our conversation was rudely interrupted when I noticed Emily running off. Adeen? Where's Emily going? Good question. I'll go grab her. Well, what do we do now? Why not talk some more? I think I'm fresh out of topics, to be honest. I can talk. Alright, Vara's got something to say. What you got? Cooking. Go ahead, we're all ears. At first, her words came out nervously, and she was almost inaudible. However, as she continued, she spoke with more clarity and confidence. By the time we reached the front of the line, I felt like a chef. Okay, Vara's building her confidence, it's all good, and the other guys are back. Just in time too. I think it's our turn. We're in no rush. Ice cream. Well, if it isn't the business-saving human, what brings you here today? Okay, long time no see. We're going to be polite the whole way through. A lot has gone on since we last saw each other. Quite a lot, it seems. You've caused quite the chaos since you arrived. I guess I've just got a knack for it. Hopefully, it should all return back to the peaceful way it was. Everything's been more or less resolved, and the conflict's over. Glad to hear it. Is it okay if I brought these 4 along as well? Wow, when I offered you ice cream, I didn't think you'd bring all of your friends. Listen, Katsuharu, if it's too much, just give Ushio ice cream. You know, not once in my time working this cart have I ever left a potential customer hungry. How about this? You 4 get as much ice cream as you want, but first you have to help me serve some customers for a while. Doesn't sound too bad. Yeah, I honestly wouldn't mind doing that for some ice cream. It might even be fun. I want to make ice cream too. Ice cream. Okay, it's up to you. It's your idea after all. Okay, we're going to help out. You can say no, but that's something for another time. We're going to help out. You really think I'd leave you guys out like that? Of course I'll help you. Thank goodness, today's been quite rough, and it'll be nice to have some extra hands and claws. Ice cream? Soon. First we have to help serve it. Why? Because then you get 2 scoops instead of 1. More sugar? Yes, much more sugar. I'll help. That's the spirited staff I'm looking for. Let's get to work. The 5 dragons made their way behind the cart, and I followed them closely behind. Oh, we're all gonna help. This could be chaos. This could be a problem. I'll skip the bits that we've done before, but if anything fresh happens, we'll do what we can. Let's put on some music, and we'll get on with it, yes. Okay, here's the plan, everyone. Remy, grab a scoop from that drawer there. Yes, sir. And Vara wants to make it too. Of course you can, Vara. Grab a scoop as well. And I can take the orders. And Adeen, just make sure Amelie doesn't cause too much chaos. So yeah, so Vara's definitely the older of the 2. A little bit more mature, and starting to feel like, you know, responsibilities and stuff like that. Okay, so let's get these underway. Okay, so I just served this guy ice cream. He's got his mango. It looks so good. I don't know if I even want to eat it. Well, if you don't eat it, the sun will make quick work of it instead. That's a good point. Have a nice day. Looking at Lamus's tool belt, an idea struck me. Would you mind if I borrowed your tape measure? What for? I mean measuring, of course. That's kind of vague. I know, but if I explained what I wanted to do, it wouldn't make sense. Well, I guess I'm not going to be using it today. I'd agree if you promise that you can return it by tomorrow. I mean, sure, I promise. I can do that. Okay, here you go. You got a tape measure? What can that be used for? I don't know. There we are, done. I looked out across the park and it seemed that every dragon had gotten their share of ice cream. I think we're done. I think that was also maximum happiness. I don't know what the tape measure's about. Maybe we'll find out later. I don't know. Weird. Very strange. Good job, everyone. Especially you, Vara. You really have a knack for scooping ice cream. She does like cooking. Is everything okay? I think she's just excited. She loves this sort of stuff. Well, Vara, you can always come by whenever you want to help out. I could even teach you how to make ice cream as well. Vara looked longingly at Remy. Can I come help again? Of course you can, Vara. You know, Katsuharu, Vara may be the perfect candidate for a successor to your business. You know what? You're probably right. She's a bit young, but I'm sure she'd learn fast. Well, I'm sure she'd be more than willing to learn from you, right, Vara? Yeah. Okay, you also did a wonderful job serving everyone. I don't think I saw a single unhappy customer. Thanks, but I couldn't have done it without you 3 as well. Wait a minute, where are the other guys? Look up. I looked up toward the sky. Took a second, but I found Adeen flying in circles with Amelie in her claws. Hold on, let me grab him. Remy took a few steps and flew into the air. He caught up to Adeen, and the two hovered in place for a moment before landing next to Katsuharu and I. Hey guys, did you have fun? Yep. I thought it was fun, yeah. It was a lot of work, but in a way, it was also nice talking to all of the locals. And the big dragon wants me to make more ice cream. His name's Katsuharu, Vara? Sorry. No worries, a lot of people have trouble with my name. Katsuharu. Well, you got it on the first try. Vara nodded proudly. Although, I must say, I think Adeen had the hardest job here. It's impressive just how much chaos such a small little dragon can cause. Amelie, where do you think you're going? Heh, what's she doing? I take my eyes off her for 1 second and she runs off. There they go again. Amelie seems like quite the troublemaker. She isn't normally this energetic and usually doesn't cause this much trouble. I think the idea of ice cream and being out with all of us together has got her really excited. Adeen returned with Amelie's hand firmly grasped with her claw. Sorry, I had to save Katsuharu's ice cream from this hungry little dragon. Ice cream. Right, she wants that. Well, how about I start serving you 5 your ice cream? You deserve it after all. I'm sure Adeen could use a bit after chasing Amelie around all day. You say it sarcastically, but it's exactly what I need at the moment. Ice cream, ice cream. Maybe a little bit of sugar will calm the dragon down. It's not how it works. I doubt that. And so do I. Let's start with me. What do I want? Wait, didn't you say you had all the desserts? No, we want ice cream. Skip this conversation. It's all good. So far we have had most of these. Let's go for the mango this time. A bit tropical, but I like your choice. That's an interesting flavour choice. Why that? I mean, I wanted something tropical? Yeah, sounded interesting. Are you sure it's the only reason you chose that flavour? Positive. I still don't believe you, but I'll let it slide this time. You three are something else. One scoop of mango coming right up. The dragon walked behind his stand and started preparing the ice cream, expecting the dragon to produce some sort of utensil. Yeah, he uses his hands for this. He does wash them, it's all fine. Okay. Katsuharu handed me the cone, topped with the mango ice cream. Yeah, it looked very similar to that of my own world. However, upon further inspection, I found that there were chunks of mango within the scoop as well. It also resembled the colour of a very familiar dragon. You're up next, Remy. What do you need? He takes vanilla, nothing too special. Okay, good choice. We'll keep it clean. It's all fine. In my opinion, vanilla is the tried and true classic. You can't go wrong with it. Okay, Adeen, I'll take your order too. Special. Good choice. I think you're going to love it. I've served the dish enough times, and I'm curious to see how it is as ice cream. It's better, I promise. Okay, let's go get them scoops. I watched as Katsuharu repeated the process for Remy and Adeen's cones. With some difficulty, Katsuharu managed to waddle back over to us on his back legs. Here you go. Adeen and Remy graciously took their ice cream from Katsuharu. Years of experience have taught me how to stand on my hind legs and serve 2 scoops of ice cream. I'm not graceful, but at least I can do it. I don't know, Katsuharu. I doubt I could look as good as you doing that. Maybe so. Anyways, Amelie, you're next. What would you like? I want, I think she might be a bit overwhelmed with all the different flavour choices. How about chocolate? I'm sure she'll be quite happy with that choice. And last but not least, my little assistant confectioner. Cherry, please. I think I could make that happen for you. That's it. Katsuharu went back to his stand and made cones for Vara and Amelie. Here you go, little ones. The 2 dragons grabbed their cones. Amelie looked at her own in wonder, while Vara meticulously inspected hers from all angles. Cautiously, Amelie tasted her chocolate ice cream. The instant her tongue made contact with the chocolate, her eyes lit up in excitement and took another bite. Well, I think someone likes ice cream. Amelie was already attacking her cone from all angles. So, Amelie, how's the ice cream? Ice cream? Very good. Her words were muffled as she continued devouring the cone. I've never seen her eat something so fast. Vara, done watching Emily enjoy her ice cream, took a small taste as well. She let the cold cream dissolve in her mouth, smacking her lips in the process. This is very good. I'm glad you like it. Are the cherries fresh? Of course, only the best for my customers. Vara took another small bite of her ice cream, while Emily was just about finishing with hers. I just want to thank you again for everything, Katsuharu. In reality, I should be the one thanking you 5. Without you, I doubt I could have served everyone in line today. Even though I was busy corralling Emily the whole time. Even if you weren't, I'm sure Emily would have made a few customers unhappy. Yeah, that's a good point. Looking down at Emily, I noticed that she'd just taken the last bite of her cone. Wait, is she done already? Seems like it. More? Well, we did promise to give her extra, didn't we? I guess we did. Would you like another scoop of chocolate, Emily? Yep. Another scoop of chocolate coming right up. Katsuharu is a sport. We are gonna eat all of his stuff. Here you go. What do we say, Emily? Thanks. The little dragon attacked her cone with the same ferocity as last time. Vara, do you like another as well? No, thank you. Well, I best start closing up. Tonight I have to make a fresh batch of ice cream. Can I help? Maybe another time, Vara. We should try to plan this out beforehand. Oh, don't worry, Vara. I make fresh ice cream quite often. Stop by in a few days. You can help. Okay. Let's not hold Katsuharu up any longer. How about we find a nice place to sit? I'll follow. Okay, we're heading back. Everybody got their ice cream. I followed the 4 dragons to a small clearing in the park. This is as good a spot as any. You should try yours first. I want to see how you like the mango. Adeen and Remy eagerly watched as I took a small bite of the mango ice cream. I took a small bite, yes. As the cool ice cream dissolved on my tongue, my face lit up in excitement. Now that's the reaction I'd expect from Katsuharu's ice cream. This is really good. It was tasty stuff. I quickly devoured the cone, rivaling Emily in speed. Don't get that brain freeze though. Wow, I didn't even notice how late it was. We should probably start heading back. Let's get these 2 back to the orphanage, Adeen. It would be faster if we each took one of them. Sure, Remy. I guess this marks the end of our date out together. We're going to have to do this again sometimes. It was delicious. Second that. And I don't think these 2 would mind either, right? More? Not right now, silly. Would you mind helping Vara onto my back, please, Ushio? Sure. I grabbed Vara and lifted her onto Remy's back. It was quite a sight seeing the small pink dragon riding on there. Are you okay up there, Vara? Yep. Okay then, see you soon. Bye, Remy. Remy, with Vara clutching onto his back, took off into the air. Come on, Emily, let's go as well. Okay. With Emily tightly grasped within her claws, Adeen soared into the night sky. With everybody else gone, I made my way back to my apartment. Everybody went and took the kids back. Everything is good. After a brisk walk, I arrived back at my apartment. I was surprised to see the interior lights that seemed to still be on. I'm sure I turned it off before I left. I used my key and walked inside. Is someone here? Oh, Remy. Surprise! What? A surprise? Oh, on our way back to the orphanage, Vara had the bright idea to come here and prepare you with a surprise meal. So we made a quick stop there for ingredients and came right on over. Wow, that's so sweet. But how did you manage to get in? When you first arrived in our world, I left a spare key hidden near the door. Did you even read the letter I gave you? I did, but I must have glanced over that bit. Anyways, come into the kitchen. Vara should be finishing up shortly. Are we going to get treated by Vara's cooking? Hey Vara, Ushio's back. I'm not ready. Don't worry about it, Vara. I've already been thoroughly surprised. Plus, I don't mind waiting and talking. Okay, almost done. I'd love to talk right here, but I'm more or less Vara's designated stall at the moment. What? You'll see. Remy walked over to the edge of the countertop and stood parallel to it. Vara then hopped onto his back and rested her front legs on the countertop. Now I see what you mean, she can't reach. I love assisting her while she cooks, but I still can't help looking forward to when Vara's tall enough to reach the countertop herself. I sat down at the table and watched Vara as she skillfully navigated her ingredients. I couldn't tell exactly what she was making, but it seemed to be some sort of meat, similar to steak. I looked around the room, taking in the smaller details I'd failed to notice earlier. Damn, I cook so little, I don't know where anything is in my own kitchen. After a little bit longer, Vara and Remy returned to the table with 3 plates. Wow, looks amazing. It's mouflon, made with my own recipe. I can't say I've had mouflon before, but it does look delicious. On the plate, a large chunk of the mouflon rested in the middle of mashed potatoes, lightly covered in an onion garnish. The meat was also covered in a sauce that dripped down the edges and pooled where the meat and potatoes met. The meal and presentation looked like I was eating at a 5-star restaurant. I carefully cut a small slice of the mouflon. The meat was so tender, it almost fell apart. As I was cutting, Vara looked at me nervously. I put the mouflon into my mouth and started chewing. The mix of the juicy meat and Vara's sauce left me speechless. I'm not kidding when I say that this is better than anything I ever had back in my world. Really? I'm completely serious. Thank you. Remy and Vara proceeded to eat their own portions as well. He's not wrong. This is amazing. Could use a little bit less salt, but yeah. Can I ask how you made it? No, it's a secret. Good luck trying to get any of Vara's recipes, even I don't know them. They're my secret. Maybe I'll tell you another time. It's not like either of us could cook them as well as you anyways. It didn't take long for the 3 of us to clean our plates. Normally I couldn't eat this much in one sitting, but this was an exception. I'm impressed you were able to eat a course big enough for a dragon. So am I, but it was so good I just couldn't stop eating. Remy started taking our dishes and rinsing them off in the sink. Don't worry about the dishes, Remy, it's the least I can do to make up for the amazing meal. Personally, I would never give up an offer for a free dishwashing, but suit yourself. We got treated. The 3 of us made our way back into the main room. Well, Vara, you ready to go home? Orphanage. Well, Remy lifted his wing, revealing a stack of paper that fell to the floor. He clumsily picked them up. I don't mean the orphanage, Vara. I mean home. Vara looked at Remy with a confused stare. Vara, you okay? Oh. The little dragon burst into tears and buried her face into Remy. She struggled to speak as tears continued to flow from her eyes. Home? Yeah, Vara. I signed the papers earlier today. You're my daughter. Remy draped his wing around Vara and pulled her closer to him. It felt awkward to stand and watch the 2 dragons, so I rested on a nearby couch and idly skimmed through a book on the desk next to me. After a while, the crying subsided, and I heard Remy walk over to me. Draconic Desires, really, Yoshio? I hadn't even noticed that I'd chosen that as my reading material. Oh, I didn't notice, I was just skimming. I closed the book and placed it back onto the desk. It was such an emotional moment between the 2 of you, I kind of felt awkward just standing and watching. I understand. I was going to tell Vara once we arrived at the orphanage, but when she had the idea to surprise you, I decided to announce it here instead. You mean a lot to the both of us, dude. It felt only natural that you'd be present when I broke the news to her. I know I might sound like a broken record at this point, but thank you for everything. This day out, this wonderful little dragon that I can call my daughter, and even my life, I owe it all to you. Remy, I don't know what to say. Then don't say anything. What you've done for us speaks louder than any words could. Remy enveloped me in his wing and pulled me closer to him. His scales radiated with a soft warmth. Playfully, he gave my nose a lick. Suddenly, I felt Vara hug me as well. Since she couldn't make it onto the couch, she resorted to squeezing my legs instead. While awkward, the little dragon's embrace was warm and comforting. We sat still for a few moments before Remy, with a relaxed sigh, released me from the clutches of his wing. Vara, however, stayed latched to my legs. You know, we should do this sort of thing more often. Well, now that I'm not chasing around murderers or in a coma, I should have a lot more free time. It's been fun, but I think that Vara and I should be going. We won't start moving her stuff in, but she still needs to settle in. Can we meet tomorrow though? There's something I want to ask you. Oh, of course we can. Good night, you two. Good night. With that, the two dragons left through the door, leaving me alone in my apartment. I made my way over to the bedroom to get ready to sleep. It's wonderful that Remy and Vara are a real family now. Yeah, she got adopted. Hey, long time no see. Oh, was this the following day? Okay, we just saw each other last night. I know. Okay, was there any specific reason you wanted to come over and visit? Or was it just to make that joke? There is, but first, look what I brought. Remy revealed a bottle of wine. Oh wow, this is the third cheapest wine this time. I feel spoiled. That would have been quite funny, but I decided that instead of getting the second cheapest wine, I would get us the second most expensive instead. Wow, how expensive was it? Let's just say that the cashier gave me a concerned look when I was checking out. But let's not worry about that and enjoy it. Remy made his way into the kitchen and returned with 2 empty glasses. He carefully uncorked the bottle with his claw and poured us 2 glasses of the wine. Remy raised his glass. Cheers. I took a sip from my wine glass. Words couldn't describe just how much better this wine was compared to the last one. Well, is the second most expensive wine any better than the second cheapest? It's so much better. This is great. Well, you better enjoy every last drop of it, because there's no way I'm letting any of this go to waste. The two of us quietly sipped at our wine glasses until Remy once spoke again. Okay, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. Would you be interested in a more meaningful relationship? How so? Well, what we have now is great, but I was looking for something deeper and more personal. I wasn't going to say any of this to you before because I thought you were going through the portal. Why not? Because I couldn't take losing another person that close to me. Don't get me wrong, what we have is strong and special, but I was afraid to go any further because I didn't want to feel the pain like I did when I lost Abelia. It hurt me so badly, and I knew that if I developed a deeper relationship with you and you one day went through the portal, I'd be crushed. But now that you're staying, I feel comfortable asking for more. What do you say? I'll be happy either way, I promise. Except reject. Wow. Except, I think we should give it a shot. We've been through so much together, and there's nobody I'd rather spend my time with than you. Maybe we could even be our own little family. You don't understand how happy that makes me feel. For so long, I've had this hole in my heart that Amelia used to fill. I thought that all this time, everything I did was for her, to let her live on through my actions. I tried to fill that hole by isolating myself and remorsing over who had used to fill it. But with you, I think I can finally be whole again. Before I could react, I was wrapped within Remy's tight embrace as he sat down and used his front legs to pull me into a big hug. He pressed his lips against mine. I embraced him with my arms and pulled him closer. As we parted, he rested his head on top of my own. I felt a stream of tears form on my head and rolled down my cheeks. It was possible that a few of those tears were mine as well. We embraced for what felt like hours. Time around us seemed to stop. At that moment, nothing else mattered. I buried my face deeper into his soft underbelly scales and closed my eyes. I think that was a really nice ending. And I do believe that that is the end. Yeah, that is the end, I think, of the mod. There are a couple of secrets, and I'll try and catch those. Thank you for playing. This dragon owes me ice cream. You got the final ending. Good job. However, there's still more content. Try to get every fail. You might just get a reward. Alright, we got more ice cream on the logo, and we're going to try and get this secret ending. This is Usho signing off, and hopefully I will see you next time.